Manus has just come out with their own AI agent. I've been covering Manus on this channel for a long time, well before OpenClaw came onto the scene. And if you're watching this video, you're probably a little bit confused about what is the difference between OpenClaw and Manus and which one should you use. So by the end of the video, I'm going to explain exactly what the differences are and when you should consider using Manus and when you should consider using OpenClaw. Let's start by going over OpenClaw. OpenClaw is an open source AI agent framework. Anyone can download it off GitHub, put it onto their computer or any computer. It then runs on your machine. You can talk to it through any chat app, such as WhatsApp or iMessage. It has a persistent memory. It has access to your web browser, full system control, and skills and plugins, so it can repeat tasks over time. I would not recommend running OpenClaw on your personal computer because it runs on your machine and has access to everything on your computer. The way that people are using OpenClaw in a safer way is by buying a new machine. So some people are running it on a Mac Mini that they purchased so that they can have OpenClaw running on a brand new machine. And some people are running it on virtual machines in the cloud. So that is basically in the cloud so that there's a computer in the cloud running OpenClaw. So it doesn't have access to your personal computer. It is not an AI model like Claude, for example. Claude is a model that you can run and get responses. OpenClaw uses those models to take action. So it can connect to those models, and then it can also connect to external services and integrations. So that way it can actually do work for you. OpenClaw is best for people who want complete control over everything because it's open source code. You can see everything that's going on, but it's also best for people who are more technical, who want to tinker and really get into the code and the agent and know exactly what they're doing. Now let's get into Manus. Manus is an agentic platform similar to OpenClaw that can take action for you. So we'll talk about some of the similarities first, and then we'll get into some of the differences. It can also connect to external services. It also can complete actions for you. It also has a memory. It also can run skills. So a lot of these things are all similar in this platform. And it has additional work-related features like building a web app, building a slideshow, things like that are built into Manus to make it easier to use for non-technical people. It also has some cool features built in like wide research. So there's just more built on top of it that makes it easier for the average person to get started. It also doesn't run on your own computer. It's not software that you run on your own computer that takes over your computer the way that OpenClaw does. It's just an app that you log into on the web browser, and then everything is done securely through Manus and through the virtual machines that Manus has. So from a security standpoint, it's a lot easier to use, so you don't accidentally have a security breach the way that you could with OpenClaw. Now, in terms of pricing, with Manus, you buy credits, so you have credits that you can use up. You can select the model, but unlike OpenClaw, which can use any model you want, on Manus, you have to use one of their 3 models that they give you, which is probably some combination of Anthropic and OpenAI models in the background that they're probably optimizing. So they have their own Manus models, which you can choose the level, but you don't have complete control the way with OpenClaw. You can use OpenAI, Anthropic, open source models, any model that you want. So you're a little bit more limited there with the model that you're going to use. They also do have this ability to chat with your agent through Telegram or WhatsApp or Messenger. And that is something that Manus is trying to do to make it a little bit more similar to OpenClaw, where you can just chat with your agent through a chat app. So in terms of pricing, it really is going to depend a lot on what you are doing with these platforms and which models you're using, because the models are going to drive a lot of the cost. Now, there are ways to run OpenClaw really low cost if you are running open source models and are okay with the potentially lower quality of some of those results, but OpenClaw could also be really expensive if you're using Opus 4.6 on everything that you do. With Manus, it's a little bit more predictable. At least you have full visibility into your credits. But I would say overall Manus is probably going to be a little bit more expensive because this is also a company that needs to make money as opposed to OpenClaw, where you're just going to use the models directly and pay for what you use. But OpenClaw can also get expensive if you're hosting a virtual machine, or if you make a mistake and all of a sudden are running loops of AI models, of AI responses, or for some reason your hosting gets really expensive without you realizing. Those things can all cost a lot of money. So the pricing can vary. I would say Manus is going to be at least a little more predictable, and you're less likely to make a mistake that's going to cost you a lot of money. but there are more options with OpenClaw to potentially reduce your costs. Personally, I'm really excited about this space. I'm actually building my own agent to potentially replace all of these platforms and have even more control over it. I'm using Claude Code to do that. I'll release a video on that once it's ready so I can share it with you. But I think for a beginner, I would definitely go with Manus. If you're more technical, more advanced, want to get more into the specifics of what's happening, I would say OpenClaw is what you should do. But I think for most people right now, Manus is going to be the better option. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel to get more free videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.